Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video. First and foremost, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone out there. It's been about 7 days since I posted any content. Reason for it is that on January 1st, I got hit with a pretty hard illness or sickness. Been pretty much bedridden since the 4th, so 4 days now. But today I'm doing much better. Great way to start off a new year, I know. So if I do sound a little bit stuffier or not the same, I'm sorry for that. I can't change that. But yeah, I'm fine. I think it's just like a flu or something like that. Haven't gone to work. Haven't really been doing anything. So just hopefully today's the first day I felt like making a video. Hopefully we get into the swing of things and I get back on with my life. But I have a good video for you guys today. This goes ahead and plays onto the theory, or maybe confirms the theory, of a new SRAM prototype coming out for a whole new group set for 2023. Now, if you guys don't know, I did a video, I want to say a week ago, talking about, is this the new SRAM Axis that could be coming out? Because SRAM Axis, the 12-speed, has been around for about 3 to 4 years now. And if you guys do not know, in the cycling industry, 3 to 4 years is about the lifespan of how something lasts in the cycling industry before the consumers want something new. So everyone kind of goes around that 3 to 4 year mark when they can anticipate anything new being released. In this video, I talked about these pro riders. This was on a trek bike. I believe this was a Domani, or a gravel bike, I believe. I forget what the rider who was riding it. But they opted in for a rival-shaped hood, which is a smaller, more ergonomic hood, and a carbon fiber SRAM Team carbon brake blade, and what looks to be like a rival shifting pad as well. So, and I didn't go too much into it because of the fact that there is a way to go ahead and remove the shifter blade on there, swap on a carbon blade onto your rival. But me being in the industry, me being around for so long, me knowing that 3 to 4 years is usually when it comes out, me also talking to SRAM and going to SRAM seminars before COVID and stuff like that, knowing how much work they went into hiding, knowing how much work they went into hiding the release of SRAM ETAP back in the day, where they would fake manipulate wires on the Pro Tour to make the wireless stuff look wired. This could be, I've heard rumors, and I've also heard insight from viewers, consumers, and also people in the industry that SRAM will go as far as much to fake the hood shape and even the rubber hood shape as well to make it look different, so these pro riders can get a real feel for what they're shifting like on the course itself. So in today's video, we're going to talk about, does this picture right here confirm the new SRAM group set? Well, I still think it'll be 12-speed group set coming out. Why I don't think it's going to be a 13-speed group set, because I just think that we're getting to a redundant amount of speeds in the back. I think 12 is more than enough. Shoot, I think 11-speed was good enough as well. But 13-speed, I don't think is a place for road cycling. Gravel, mountain bike, maybe. But I do not see it for a road cycling group set. And if they do make a 13-speed, how they should go about that. So this here was a photo taken off of one of the pro riders' bikes for Team Movistar. They ride Canyon. They're sponsored by SRAM. They have a whole SRAM group down here, which looks to be a 12-speed axis crank here, 12-speed rotors, 12-speed caliper. We can't really get a good shot of the derailleur, the chain, or the rear derailleur as well, but we do see this good shot right here of this shifter, which looks to be very GRX-y, or very Shimano GRX-y, but also looks to be really light. And this brings back a point that I like to touch on my video back in the day. There was a day where SRAM mechanical, the SRAM double tap, the really, really good stuff, the 10-speed stuff, used to dominate the market. I used to ride it. People used to crave for it. It was the lightest group set on the market. It had the smallest shifter hoods on there. Everything about that group set was super, super light and super industrial looking. It looked really, really cool. It was one of the coolest group sets out there. Very easy for functioning and shifting. And all of a sudden, over the 11-speed stuff, by making these derailleurs both wireless front and rear, and making these in-house electronics for the shifters and that, they became more bulky. The group sets became more heavier, and they kind of came out of the competition for that name that SRAM was always known for. SRAM used to always be one of the lightest group sets out there compared to Shimano or Campy. So what I'm thinking is this looks like a very slim or very slender version of the Axis group set that we know from SRAM at 12-speed. Very thin top hood right here for the reservoir, very, very thin carbon blade, very thin shifter paddle, and this is a very elongated brake hood right there. I actually put into this so we can see it maybe better. And one of these comments I want to touch on this Instagram post. By the way, I got the photo. I saw this photo a while ago, but when they released it, December 21st. This is from Pro Tour Cycling. Everything cycling news coverage, race reports, everything that you want to see on here. they usually put out first. So if you guys are really interested in cycling, check out the channel. But one of these guys on here put out a pretty interesting comment that I think a lot of you guys will like. It said very long. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but this guy said very long reach hoods, and one of the guys said probably to fit all 4 fingers comfortably underneath my guess. So this does have a very long reach for those hoods, and I think that what SRAM's idea with this new group set that might be coming out or might be speculating on that might be released is that maybe they're taking their SRAM 12-speed axis group sets that everyone has been riding for so long, and they're maybe going the route of what Shimano did from their 9000 series to 9100 series. They're taking what they had, polished it, maybe making it look different, and maybe making it more efficient, lighter, better, and hearing all the stuff that the consumers didn't like, and maybe working on it to be a more sharpened, polished group. So one of the things that when I went to a specialized fit course back in the day for my store to learn how to do fits from the specialized back in Morgan Hill, one of the fitters there, he said one of the main things that bicycle manufacturers trying to mimic was the best and most comfortable hand position for your hands to reduce the numbness. And the guy said the best grip that he ever got, it might sound a little bit weird, but the best grip that you can ever get on like an item, he said was like a pistol grip, like a gun. You have your full fingers on there. You have the ergonomics to fit the back of your hand, and just fit your hand very well. You know, you have your trigger point as well, where you can put on for the front of your fingers, but you have all 3 or 4 fingers on there. And he said that was one of the best positions for geometry and ergonomics. Maybe this guy's onto something where they're making this longer, which you might just have to run a shorter stem to accommodate. But if you can get all 4 fingers underneath there, or all 3 fingers underneath there and have the 2 on the front, for guys with bigger hands, that might be a big comfortability thing in making this group set more comfortable for the end user. Because myself right now, I have pretty big hands. It's my iPhone. This is the iPhone 12, 13 Pro Max. Got a pretty big hand. One of the things I noticed on my 11 or my 12-speed Ultegra group set is that I do run 2 fingers in the front, 2 fingers underneath, and that pinches or puts a lot of pressure on that carpal tunnel nerve, which I do get a lot of shaking, shake-off pains and stuff like that, because I don't ride gloves because I'm stubborn and everything like that. So maybe they're going after that whole end game. Now, on this picture, like I noticed before as well, we do have the older stuff, like the 12-speed. And again, this brings me to my point that this is why I think that they're doing what Shimano did from the 9000 series to 9100. Maybe they're sharpening this to the point where these shifters can work with the current software that's being run with the ETAP or their Axis group sets. Maybe they're going to widen the brake caliper clearance for disc brake rub, because a lot of people, what they didn't like with the SRAM stuff, the downfalls or the cons were the actuation for the brake levers, the adjustment on there. They said that'll either be too tight or way too loose. The pad clearance for the disc brake, there was not enough room in there for a lot of people, and you kind of get rubbed. The front derailleur, which I know a lot of people don't like, we don't really have that issue as much because of South Florida. People just keep in the big chainring, but I can imagine that if there is a flaw on that front derailleur and you are using somewhere where there are mountains or hills, it's going to showcase for sure. So maybe they're making this group set that all it is they're making it super lightweight. They already have the software there. They don't need to change anything. They have the batteries still. They're probably going to keep, but they're making these rear derailleurs lighter. The front derailleur is lighter, maybe a little bit less bulky, but you can still run the same 12-speed cassette, same 12-speed chain. Maybe color it to all black, like Shimano did, which I'm going to give you as an example. Shimano 9000 Di2 group set. This was the Shimano 9000 Di2 group set back in the day. Here, kind of chrome, older looking, rim brake, yada, yada, yada. And then they came out with this Shimano 9100, which was the exact same 11-speed Di2 group set, but they finished it. They refined it. They made it more polished. They made it look more modern. Something like this. And they just basically took the chrome from black, which is what I can kind of see, if I had to guess, what SRAM will be doing with this group set as well. Now, again, these are all speculations, but this is just my guess. So this is a pretty good indication of something different coming. This is obviously on a SRAM bike. These do not look like a rival shifter hood or any of that. These carbon blades do not look like anything that SRAM already has out. So it's a pretty good indication of that. Now, why I don't think there's a lot of people say, well, what about patents? You know, usually when something's coming out new, there'll be a patent behind it. Again, I don't think they're changing anything about the software or the group set. Maybe they're going to make it in-house in the software. You can change the shift speed of it or adjust more variables to make the shifting better. I don't know. I'm sure you can do something in-house on that app to make the shift speed a little bit better, especially when you come out with a new derailleur, a refined derailleur, to maybe make the spring or the motor work faster. But I don't think they're going to change the whole designs neither. So usually with a patent, people will be on the lookout with a 13-speed group set. So I don't think they're going to have a 13-speed group set because of the fact that over the years, a lot of people complain that 12-speed group sets are redundant. Yes, they give these riders a lot more range of chain rings. They're able to run a massive front chain ring, like a 54, these pro riders, and still run a lower and have this big 1134 cassette in the back. But you got to remember, these pros were doing this in the Tour de France, the Giros, everywhere, like the Vueltas. They were running 10 speeds, 9 speeds, 8 speeds, I'm sure, back in the day on these same rides. Now, obviously, these more gearings are able for these riders to ride faster speeds, climb at a better cadence, more range, stuff like that. But 13 speed at some point just gets redundant for a road bike, unless they're able to make something crazy efficient that I can't wrap my head around at this point. But I know people that are still opting in for 11-speed Di2 or 11-speed SRAM because of the fact that it's lighter. And basically, when you go to a bigger gear or bigger group set, like a 13-speed, you're going to release it, but still, no matter what, usually always going to be heavier than its 12-speed counterpart. So you're going to release this group set again. You're going to have a lot of people complaining about, oh, it's just a heavier group set, heavier bikes, heavier disc brakes. And it's really going to make consumers pissed off. So I think that they're going to keep it a 12-speed group set. And and I think that they'll just really finish on, like I said. I don't think there is a need for 13-speed group sets in road cycling just yet. Now for gravel and mountain biking, which SRAM has kind of already hinted at new mountain bike. Let me pull it up. Hold on. So this is already kind of being spied around as well with a new launch of SRAM's 12-speed Axis Eagle, which basically they're just doing exactly what I'm saying they're doing for the road group set. They're keeping the 12-speed. They're just making it lighter and making it more efficient. They made a direct mount for the derailleur hanger to be close to the bike. They're making it looks like a lighter chain, a lighter cassette, and a different derailleur as well to maybe make it lighter as well. What SRAM could do if they wanted to make this 13-speed, make inside the software of their Axis app or their Axis group set, allowing it to go to 13-speed, and then SRAM could later on down the road, let's say 2 years if they wanted, or a year or so, if they want to make a nice gravel group set to compete with Campy Ecar, 1x13 group set, sell like an add-on kit, like an upgrade kit, like SRAM already does for the Axis. If you have a mechanical group set, you can buy an GX or an XX1 Axis group set upgrade kit, which is just derailleur, shifter, and battery. Do the same thing. This is down the road, but this is a crazy thing that you can think. Have these same shifters already out, but they're capable to go 13 speed down the road. That you can upgrade or you can change the software. Come out with an upgrade kit for a rear derailleur, chain, cassette, and a 1x chairing that works for 13 speed. It goes right onto the XDR cassette, and now you have a 13-speed compatible group set that goes right onto the back of a XDR free body. But those are my speculations for there. But this is really, really cool news because this does look different. This does look new. That shifter hood is very long, but very slim and sleek. It's not like their bulbous SRAM red Axis 12-speed shifter that we have seen for a while. People do kind of enjoy it, but I, on the other hand, do not like it. It looks kind of just bulky and big. Whereas this is that would be something like that would be very nice, but just it looks like they have elongated on there. So hopefully SRAM is listening to consumers, and they should be coming out. If I'm guessing, you probably will see more and more insight by Tour de France time, June, July. That's when usually new products come around. But hopefully they make wider brake clearances, faster shifting speeds, a revamped front derailleur, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So we'll see how it plays out. Thanks for everything, guys. I appreciate everything, honestly. You guys are the reason why I want to get up while I'm sick to make videos. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video.